Xin chào. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to HCLTech Vietnam TikTok series. I would like to send my greetings and thanks for your presence in today's virtual session. Today's topic on ChatGPT, AI tools for creativity and productivity. My name is Mai, Senior Marketing, and I'm your host. But now we are waiting for more people to join.
Progress. It comes from having a clear objective, a goal, moving forward unwaveringly towards success. It can be fast, it can be slow, it can be disruptive, but one thing it can't be is stopped. While progress might seem inevitable, breakthroughs come from supercharging it, delivering business outcomes at scale, fulfilling aspirations with compassion, innovating responsibly, finding new levels of efficiency, removing barriers, unlocking potential. Business is always moving, so it's easy to confuse motion with real progress. Whether it's day-to-day success or transformational gains, we supercharge progress to change the game. HCLTech, supercharging progress.
Welcome back. I know a lot of you here have attended our webinars before, and surely you already know about us. But for more people who are newcomer, I'm gonna show you more about HCLTech Vietnam. As you can see on the screen, HCL Vietnam started over 2 years ago, and as on date, we are located in 2 locations, Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, and we are serving 30 plus global customers for both the locations with a diversity ratio of 27%. HCLTech Vietnam had also successfully set up a university partnership program where we have got over 15 universities. Our focus area for Vietnam is the high-tech area, which also includes digital transformations as a key focus area for us. The domain where HCLTech Vietnam is focusing on from banking, insurance, other financial services, automobiles or manufacturing, pharmaceutical, medical devices, CPG, and retail. We recruit people who are experienced professionals in Vietnam. We also took a look at fresh university graduates and also students who are all undergoing their university educations in the 7th and 8th semester. And in the next 3 years, HCLTech Vietnam is poised to grow to a strength of 3,000 employees and to provide services to clients in varied high-tech and cutting-edge technologies. If you have interested in career opportunity at HCLTech, please visit our website hcltech.com and follow our fan page to find out available jobs. And attend our virtual session today, we have Mr. Gururajan from EIS HCLTech. I'd like to introduce more about today's presenter. Gururajan has worked in multiple technical roles, both in product and service companies, over the last 25 years after his master's degree in engineering applied electronics from CIT Coimbatore, India. In 1994, he has worked as a senior software engineer, tech lead, and a software architect in multinational companies such as Lucent Technology, Mascon Communications, and in Symbian Software with Pro Technology across geographies. Guru has worked as technical specialist in L&D domain for the past 15 years. Guru he is very passionate about technology and is a trainer in HCL in artificial intelligence and machine learning, generative AI, algorithms and data structure, Python and C++. And you may send in your questions at any time during the presentations. We will collect these and address them during the Q&A sessions at the end of today's presentations. And for those of you just joining us, welcome. Now, without further ado, I will turn the time over to our speaker, Mr. Guru. Hello, morning. Good morning, Mr. Guru.
Good morning. Good morning, all of you.
Yeah, can you hear me right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I can hear you.
Thank you. So please let us know more about ChatGPT, please.
Sure. Good morning, all of you. Welcome to this presentation on AI tools for creativity and productivity. So we'll look at quickly look at a very breezy view of all the AI tools that are available and how it can directly help do your work better in your everyday work on the desktops. So we will look at what are the different tools, simple tools available, and we'll look at ChatGPT, which is kind of the craze today, and how it can improve your productivity and how you can use your own genuinity along with the inherent creativity of the generative AI tools. So we'll look at a little bit about prompt engineering, and then we'll, if there is time, we'll look at how GitHub Copilot can improve your work as a developer. Right? What is AI revolution? So making the machines think and allowing the machines to work what the manual work that humans are doing. So is it going to take away our jobs? I don't think so. It's going to improve the way you work, improvise your work so that you work at a higher level than at a lower, consistently repeatable tasks can be given to AI. AI revolution has just started, as they say. The picture is still fully remains to be seen. So for the next few minutes, I'll tell about some of the terms that we have in AI before we go to the AI tools part of it. We have AI. Why we have AI now? Why not 10 years back? So what's the big deal about AI? Is it just about marketing? Is it just about the business needs it? Or is it really there is something good about AI? Yes, there is a lot going for AI in the last decade. The reason is the processing power through cloud computing has increased by leaps and bounds. You have different software tools such as Hadoop, Scala, and PySpark, and so many other cloud computing tools available which increase the processing. And then you have the big elephant in the room, which we always acknowledge, but we do not talk often. Neural networks and deep learning has really revolutionized the world of AI in the last decade, after the invention of GAN and CNN in 2012. So AI also is now increasingly recommended by governments across the world, and they are willing to pump money to improve the productivity of the employees. And that's the reason. And there is always a novelty factor with AI. See, generally humans and more so business want something new every 10 years so that they are able to show something improving, and then it improves the revenue per employee in an organization. So this is very important. Having AI tools improves the revenue per employee in an organization. And these are the reasons why AI is now becoming so popular. So there are a lot of industries. You can see that AI is cutting across multiple domains. You can see AI in self-navigated cars and automobiles. And then you have the Bosanova robots being introduced by Walmart for the retail industry. I heard that recently Bosanova is not supplying, but the trend is already set. And then you have the one that we don't talk about very often, the defense and missile systems has AI written all over them. And then we have aircraft manufacturing and maintenance, and increasingly nowadays energy generation and distribution, especially the solar and non-conventional energy sources, use AI a lot to produce and optimize the energy generation and distribution. Right. So one of the buzzwords today is generative AI. So how does that work? How does generative AI work? It generates new content based on the input. So you have to discriminate between what is generative and discriminative AI. Discriminative means it will tell you whether it is right or wrong, do or not do, no or no go kind of thing. But generative is it will generate content. What kind of content? We are going to see that now. So some of the examples for generative AI is applications like ChatGPT and Google Bard, Stable Diffusion, so many of them. So I'll give you a very bird's eye view so that everyone can understand this. Right. So the other term that we talk about very often is LLM, large language models. It's just like a very, very huge dictionary out there with probably 1.9 billion parameters which are trained on an AI model. It's just like a huge dictionary which is available to us, and it's a trained dictionary at that. So that is the LLM. And LLM is part of the bigger umbrella of generative AI. And some of the examples for LLM are ChatGPT and Google Bard. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, which is actually a neural network technique for creating new content out of a small input. Create new content from small input. So I'm again and again telling about content. So what can we create? Okay, let's think, what can we create? We can create table of contents, we can create descriptive questions, we can create MCQs. So this is very important, very interesting for a professor or for a trainer who is doing a program. Actually, if you give the specific details, it will give you the MCQs with answers, but it's actually a double-edged sword. The student also can get the answers for the MCQ, so you have to be careful. It can generate programs, it can generate images from text. If you give a single line of text, it will create an image. I'll show you a tool for doing that. You can generate photographs of human beings. This is scary, and this is where AI is slightly dicey. We have to be very careful and ethical how we use generation of photographs. It can generate videos from a single text. It can generate animation. You can have actually a tagline for an image or a photograph. You can have a tagline. You can have a marketing campaign being done with the help of creative AI tools. So what can you generate? These things you can generate. You can generate code, text, photographs, videos, animation, taglines for your marketing campaigns, and taglines for your emails, right? So it can be a very good assistant. Okay, now let's look at some of the interesting AI tools that are available. So I will start from a very layman's perspective, everybody's perspective. So one thing that I really like about the generative AI using ChatGPT is, let's look at a simple video here. This is about recurrent neural networks. Okay, there is a simple video here about. So so it's a 16-minute video, but I have a meeting right now. So what can I do? I don't have time to watch this video. So I have installed a ChatGPT generative AI summarize extension. So after installation, I just click on summarize. Wow, it has given me the summary of points of this video using ChatGPT. And if I want to go to that exact location, I just click there and it goes there. I don't even have time to look at a 16-minute presentation. I can use this ChatGPT based generative AI extension to generate where the particular video explains about things. Isn't it nice? It gives us such a nice feel. You just have to read, everything is set for you. If you don't want the bullet points, if you want a paragraph of summary of this, what you can do is you click on the summary paragraph and then say summarize, and here we go. I get the summary of this whole thing. Isn't it so amazing? Sometimes even for a person who is inside the AI community, some of them look like magic. So this is a tool that will help you improve your productivity if you are so busy. But of course, if you have the time, you can always watch the video. How about, I have an article. I have a beautiful article. Should cricket be included in Olympic sports? So it's probably yesterday's article in a very famous national newspaper. Again, I don't have time to read this article. So I have installed a ChatGPT extension and I click on this, and here we go. I got a summary of this article. I don't have to read this article. I mean, if you are going for a meeting where you are going to use these things, so you can actually, this is based on ChatGPT. Please, and this API that this extension has, you can see that it is actually acknowledging that the summary is given by ChatGPT, right? So these are two interesting tools that you can have to improve your productivity at office. when you are in an urgent meeting, say you are in the leadership team, you are a director or general manager, or you are a vice president, you're just going for a meeting, you don't have time to read the article, just read these bullet points and you're all set, right? So these are the first two simple tools that you can use. Now let's look at how you can be creative. Artists, media persons, YouTube creators, content creators, how they can be creative. And generative AI is on top of the world when you think about creativity. So here we go. I have a so I'm going to show you a beautiful creativity tool. Yeah, so here we go. So I have this image creator which is called DALL-E 2. So DALL-E, actually, this is what I'm explaining here. DALL-E actually means Salvador Dali. He is a huge artistic genius who lived in Spain in the 20th century. He died in 1985. And then WALL-E is a movie of Pixar Animation Studios of Steve Jobs. So Salvador Dali plus WALL-E is DALL-E. So what DALL-E means is you can create artistic images if you have a text in your mind. Similar, the same way that Salvador Dali used to create the artistic images. So let's look at if it does create artistic images. So let me say, so you always like beautiful houses, right? I want, I I want a beautiful. All the links are available for you uh, in the PPT, so you can always take a look at it. I want a beautiful house for me near the beach in an island in Pacific Ocean. So how romantic you can be. I want a beautiful house for me near the beach in an island in the Pacific Ocean. I want to create this. Let's see what DALL-E, which is actually a part of OpenAI. I'll be talking about OpenAI. Give me a second. So here we go. It's going to create a beautiful image using the generative AI. So it's a little bit artistic because my description itself was artistic. So something like this, I can have a beach house. So I can have a beach house, something like this. Okay, the island is too small though. I don't think I wanted this kind of this small an island. I wanted a slightly bigger island like the one that you have in Caribbean. So you can actually give a very beautiful description of that. So let me say that uh, uh, give give me the image of an astronaut riding a horse, realistic. I want a realistic image of an astronaut riding a horse. So this probably you may not find it on the internet, at least beach houses you may find it on the internet. So it's going to give me an image of an astronaut who is riding a horse. And that's where so these are used by content creators. Okay, actually I have already created that. You might want to see that. So here is the astronaut riding a horse. Okay, so who did all this? Who did all this? Let me talk about the company which actually created that is OpenAI, which is a non-profit. Now it's capped for profit company, which was first founded by 𝗟𝗴𝗂𝗴𝗂 and Elon Musk, who funded it to the tune of $1 billion around 2016. Then Elon Musk said that it's not going very fast. So at the pace in which I desired, so he quit that alliance. And then 2019, Microsoft gave $1 billion for this non-profitable organization. And then by 2023, ChatGPT was out, and then Microsoft gave $10 billion, and it's Microsoft has a big hand in the functioning of OpenAI now. So it's at least partly some of the decisions are taken in consultation with Microsoft in OpenAI. So this is a very big organization. So there are other people who are competing with OpenAI, but the one that I just showed you is a product of OpenAI. Okay, so that's about DALL-E. So the other question is, can you create a human being? Can you create a human being from a description? Of course you can. So let me see that if you can create a human being out of. Okay, so here is the creating a human being. So which you, and this is non-controversial. Okay, if you want to make a video or you're a creative person, you want to use a particular image in your content. So I want to create a male, 19 to 25 years old, of Asian descent. So here is the photograph of the male and Asian descent. So here it is. So I want to create a lady, a gentlewoman of 19 to 25 years, of Latino, South American descent. So here we go. So I have a lady of 19 to 25 of South American descent. So you can use these photographs as a creative content in your images, in your videos, the YouTube videos. So it becomes non-controversial, and but you have to have the copyrights, and you should have bought a license from the website that does that. Now this is done by a network called GAN, Generative Adversarial Networks, and it is so good that you cannot find the difference between a real person and a AI generated image. So let me show you the image of two people. Okay, now can you guess in your mind which person is real among these two people? Which person is real? It's very difficult to spot, right? So I'm just clicking on right side is real, and it says you're right, the right is real. So you can't always predict so correctly. So it is so difficult. You can't predict which image is real. So which one is real? So I am just thinking the left one is real. Yeah, I'm correct. Maybe because I am through this for quite some time, I'm able to spot the whether it is an AI generated image or the real person or the AI generated person. So you can generate a human being out of the text that you're giving, and then it is very difficult to spot which person is real and which person is not real. Yeah, so this is the kind of, and this is little scary. So you have to walk this line. The line between being ethical and being working on a technology is very thin. We have to really navigate this line carefully. We cannot use these photographs everywhere, right? But the technology has grown to this extent. What a time to be alive. Okay, so this is about the human being. You can generate an image out of the tool. What about a video? Can you generate a video when you give a text? Of course, you can generate a video. If you can generate an image, if you can generate the spec as per the spec what you want, why can't we generate a video? So there is an AI tool for that. So here we go. So I have given because it takes some time, 5 to 10 minutes it takes to generate a video because of the speed of the computer, and we are live streaming now, which will mean that, so I have already created a video with a text, riding the high tide, a surfer's journey. So I have created a video, this.
Predicting.
So here we go. So, and please understand, the video that you have seen is not real. It's a created video, and the persons you have seen in this video do not exist. It is generated by AI. So you have to buy the license from the people, and for YouTube content creators, for cinematographers, for cameramen, this is actually really a blessing. So it has taken so much artistic work for over many years to create a movie like the Avatar, or the Robo. But with these tools you have, so it becomes slightly more easier. So of course there is still a lot of glitch in these movies. So you can create a video, and ai.invideo.com is the web page. On this you can create, and this is based again on the neural network architecture of transformers and generative adversarial networks. The technology behind that is generative adversarial networks. So, and then there are many architectures. It goes slightly deeper than that. So I hope you like this idea of generating a video out of a text. So we have seen how to create a summary of an article. We have seen how to create a summary of a video. We have seen how to create an image, right? How to create an image out of a text description. We have seen how to create a video out of a text description. We have generated a human being, right? We have generated a human being from the text that is given, and we have also kind of tried to find out which is a real human and which is not a real human. So all these are possible because of generative AI. And for people who are working as managers, senior managers, uh, is it possible to get a single tagline for a marketing campaign or a single line for an email subject? Oh yes, you can actually get a tagline for an image subject. So there is a copy AI based on generative AI. So I'm going to ask, give me a marketing line or a tagline. See, my company is manufacturing. See, I'm saying my company is my company is manufacturing. You can do this with ChatGPT as well. Manufacturing uh, OLED TV, flat screen, HD, and high end. Give me a marketing campaign and the tagline. So it's going to give me a tagline and a marketing campaign to boot for that. So it's saying the marketing campaign is elevate your viewing experience, unleash the power of OLED, step into brilliance where the HD meets high end. Our OLED TVs redefine visual experience. Okay, so a very intelligent, a person with a lot of domain knowledge, with a lot of English language skills would have actually done better than this. Maybe he has done, but you have to pay them a lot for doing this, and then it takes some time. But this is going to give me immediately. The tagline is so nice. Now let's come to and who is the company which is doing the company behind the generation of all this is this company. So this is the OpenAI community company that's behind all this. So they have different APIs which you can use. This is the company that actually generated ChatGPT, which is making waves across the world. So why is it making waves across the world? We will see. And it actually requires a very creative mind to use ChatGPT to its fullest advantage, right? It requires a really creative and you should have some domain knowledge in order to use this uh, to improvise. Let's see what we can do with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is based on the concept of large language models, LLM. As I told you, it's a huge dictionary across the internet, but it's an intelligent dictionary. So let's see how we can leverage the benefits of ChatGPT to improve the productivity of our everyday work. So we have to ask ChatGPT. Asking is prompting. We have to ask, right? So to get something, we have to ask something. If you don't ask in correct way, in most of the cases, if you have the right question, you will have the answer automatically. So that is prompt engineering. How to ask generative AI what you need is prompt engineering. How to give a prompt. Of course, to say engineering is a little bit overboard, but I would still say there is enough complexity in giving the prompts to the generative AI tools. It calls for a good name for that. So is a useful skill for AI engineers, and one caveat is always there. For using all these generative AI tools, you need little bit, I would say not little bit, a decent sound knowledge of the language you are using, in this case English. So a decent idea of the English language can help you give better prompts for the generative AI tools. So why should we study about prompts? Because it helps to evaluate limitations of LLMs. It also helps innovative applications of LLMs. To show you, so how to give a prompt. Okay, so let me give you an example. Suppose I am going to give me some C sharp .NET C sharp coding tips. Okay, so I'm going to ask the ChatGPT, give me some .NET C sharp coding tips. Now it's giving you a lot of C sharp coding tips, but instead a better way of asking is, tell me what you want, who are you, role, what is your role? Tell me what result do you want? And what is the purpose of you asking this question? Why are you asking this? And what is in your mind for asking this? And what is your overall work? That is your intent. What result do you want? And what is the context? Which organization you are working? Why do you want this? Context. Some context should be there, right? For the model to work. And then constraints. Okay. Do you want the output in 10 lines? Do you want the output to come within 5 seconds? Some constraint. See, any job that you have given, you always have a deadline or a constraint, right? So this rule is called RRICC: role, result, intent, context, and constraint. If you have all these 5 things in prompts, then it's good for you to give a very good prompt for the generative AI tool, not only for ChatGPT, for all the AI tools that I showed you. So let us give me .NET C sharp coding tips. Instead of saying this, shall I say like this? I am a senior software engineer and I need your guidance to improve my .NET C sharp coding practices. I am working on a large scale processing project. This is the context where readability, efficiency are critical. That is constraint. Can you provide me with some specific actionable tips? Again, constraint, to enhance my code performance. Okay, this is your intent. So can you provide me some actionable tips? Tips is the result. So while ensuring it remains clean and easy for others to understand. So the tips you are going to give should be clean and easy for others to understand. If you write like this, then the LLM is going to give you a good output. Role, result, intent, content, context, and constraint. Everything is there in this. So this is called prompt engineering. And you may appreciate that giving a prompt like this involves a decent knowledge of the language you are using. Obviously, when you want to articulate something to a teacher or a student or another person in front of you, you need the articulation skills and also language skills. See, LLM is like a live person in front of you. So obviously, you need to have good articulation skills in order to tell this. So let me give like this. Now it's giving me better output. You see, avoid premature it's giving me at a higher level. Are you able to visualize this? That I have given what is my role, what is my intent, why do I want this, and now it's able to give me meaningful tips for C sharp programming. And professors and academicians should beware. If you ask a question like this and if you are doing it online, the students are going to ask ChatGPT for it. It's go both and the professors and the teachers and academicians should reach a level where they are intelligent enough to ask questions which are not easily available on ChatGPT. So your level should be little bit higher in order to avoid being copied directly from ChatGPT. Of course, there is always the idea of ethics there. A student who really wants to learn is not going to do this. But as a trainer or a teacher, we have to understand we should reach a level where the questions you are asking are at a scale above what ChatGPT provides. So this is a beautiful answer compared to the previous answer that we got. Why? Because I gave good prompt to the generative AI tool. I prompted it better. I asked an intelligent question, so it gave me an intelligent reply. It is like a human being with enormous memory. So how many and this of course this is an engine which is, you can see that if I go for a new chat, so you have GPT 3.5, which is the previous version, which is the free version available for you, and GPT 4 is the paid version, which is around $24. including tax per month. It's slightly costly, but if you are really passionate about something, so you can as well open your wallet joyfully, because the benefits of doing that are enormous. Okay, so this is a prompt. So what else you can do? For example, it can write emails. Suppose you want to write an email to your vice president. You want to write an email to your professor. You want to write an email to your airline. This, in fact, even 𝗓𝗶𝗺𝗃 had mentioned about this. So, yeah. So please help me draft an email to my team about an upcoming project deadline. Okay. So, of course, you have to add all the header and footer and all these 5 things. So I want an email. So here we go. So subject line, upcoming project deadline and action points. So current status, upcoming milestones. So this should be the broad outline of your email that you're going to write to your director or the senior vice president, whoever you want to write the mail to. But you should be good in what you're doing, and then you can ask the help of ChatGPT. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not just blindly asking ChatGPT for anything. So you can ask writing an email. You can ask for summarization, which I showed you. Summarize the points of an article or anything. And this is even very good. See, I use this in a different way. There is a beautiful YouTube channel about investing, which is called Swedish Investor. So I use this like that. So let me show you this. So he has, for example, the psychology of money. So so he has so the book is very big, around 300-400 pages. Of course, you have to read this. It's a must read for many people. Suppose I want to quickly look at the summary. Already he is giving a book summary for 15 minutes. Now I just want a much more summary of this book. What I want, I will say summarize. So it has given me the summary of this psychology of money book as a single paragraph. Okay, I got this psychology of money book as a single paragraph. Isn't it nice? So this is how I use it sometimes. This is one of the some of the book summary channels and very interesting channels about finance. So you can I'm using this. I'm just saying this not as this one, but I'm giving an example for OpenAI how you can use that. So you can use it for coding. So this is where it is dangerous and most help. I'm not going to show you much, but I have to show this because it's part of the presentation. So what I'm going to ask the ChatGPT is, please watch this. I'm going to ask the ChatGPT. So I am a programmer developer in Python. Okay. Can you give me an optimized version of the prime number generation program till 2 to 100? Okay. In, let's say, Python. So I give all the constraints, and then see, I asked for an optimized prime number generation program. I didn't tell which algorithm you should use, but it has automatically selected 𝗬𝗂 which is actually one of the fastest algorithms to generate prime numbers. Right? Isn't it beautiful? So but it is also fraught with danger, because you cannot directly use so there is a copy code tab also is there. You can just copy and then put it straight away in your editor, but that's a little bit dangerous, taking things too far. You have to really debug this and understand, is it the good choice for you? You can use this for coding. You can use this for creative suggestions. So if you are a civil engineer, suggest some innovative ideas for sustainable urban transportation system. So there are a lot of traffic jams, for example, in many of the cities in Asia. So in Vietnam also, they will be facing a lot of traffic jams at peak hours because of the growth of the urban traffic. So I am, as a civil engineer, I want to know what all the suggestions you have. So it's giving me suggestions for improving or reducing the traffic congestion system. So you can use it intelligently as well for creative purposes. Give me 20 ideas that I should do for my next software blog about. Okay. So you can even ask this. So I am actually a software engineer working for major software services multinational organizations. Give me 3 suggestions how I can get promotion in my current job. You can ask that if you want to do that. You can also ask that. So I have a this is for if you are a training, if you are in the training domain, I have a meeting on improving the deployment percentage of fresh graduates. Can you provide me with some fresh ideas? You are in the training department and you want ideas for improving the deployment of individuals in projects. Yeah, so it's giving you ideas for improving the deployment ratio of people. Suppose you are working, I am working on the shop floor of a major automobile manufacturer in Korea. Okay, uh, give me some ideas for improving the shop floor productivity. So this, I'm a mechanical engineer. I want ideas for improving shop floor productivity for a major automobile manufacturer. So how to improve the productivity of a shop floor of a major automobile system? So it's giving you ideas for doing that. And if you are already doing some of these things, right, you can use ChatGPT to create these ideas and build better engineering spaces. So you can use this for creativity along with the AI generated tools, along with the AI tools that I showed you. You can use ChatGPT as well. But remember the idea of the five the remember this idea: role, result, intent, context, and constraint. If you give like this, then it is as if you are talking to a real human being, and ChatGPT understands that and articulates the results for you. So if you are a person who finds faults with other people, like critiquing, it's a good way. I mean, positive critiquing, like a journalist does. You can also use ChatGPT for giving uh, for giving some of these interesting things. See, for example, you can ask ChatGPT, give me some positive things that came about after the recent G20 summit. So you are a journalist, you want to critique. So this is one of the disadvantages of ChatGPT. You know, so it works only up to 2021. Okay, so what you cannot ask generative AI tools, you can ask so many things, but what you cannot ask, I'm going to tell that. If you ask ChatGPT for images, suppose give me the circuit diagram of a common emitter amplifier, you can't get this. If you want some specific equation in mathematics, okay, see, for example, give me the geometric progression for the perfect number series. So it can't give you that. What about emotions? If you ask about different ways of emotions that a human being has, how he expresses that, ChatGPT cannot give that for you. So if you ask for context understanding, what is the context in which this question is being asked, ChatGPT cannot understand that. So these are some of the things you cannot ask ChatGPT. What you can ask, I told you. What you cannot ask, I told you. So just to summarize, I'm going to show you through a program. It's an interesting program of which I compiled today of a image recognition system. So I'm not going to explain that, but I'm just going to show that. So this is image classification using deep learning neural networks, CNN, in Python. So I'm giving different images of human beings holding a cat, holding a dog, and then playing with it. And then I augmented the pictures. It looks like a cougar sometimes. after augmentation, and then I trained the model 25 times. This is the model that generates that. I trained the model 25 times, and then this is the 25 epochs I trained the model, and then I gave a image of a cat. So it's telling me that this image is 83% cat and 16% dog. This is one of the technologies that we use in self-car navigation, right? And this is using deep learning, neural networks, CNNs, and transformers. So it's telling me that this image belongs to a cat. So and 16% dog. Right. So I showed you a lot of generative AI tools and how to use them within the given short span of time that is available. Hope you liked the different flavors of the generative AI tools I showed. And then I showed you ChatGPT, what is the good and bad about it. So if you have some questions, please feel free to ask them. Hi, Mai.
Hi, Guru. Thank you, Guru,
Yeah.
for sharing your insights. That were a very insightful presentations. So now let's move on to the Q&A sessions. As a reminder, you can still submit questions through the comment box. It looks like we have a few questions. Our first question: can you give me a Java program to create a sequence of perfect number from 2 to 10,000?
Okay, we can do that. Is my screen visible, Mai?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so who are you? I have to write, I am a student in 3rd semester engineering. I want a Java program for generating perfect numbers from 2 to 10,000. So this is a Java program which generates 2 to 10,000. Here we go. So hope it answered your question. So be careful in directly using this code. You have to see that it works, and look at the variable names. They have given I, J, and K and all. It's not nice to name the variables as I, J, and K. You have to give meaningful names. Hi, Mai. Hope this answered the question.
Yeah. And the next questions? Just a second. I am fresh graduate who is preparing for an interview next week. Can you give me the next step description of, I don't know how to say, 𝗓𝗃?
Dijkstra's. It's from a Danish, one of the greatest computer scientists, 𝗟RH𝗴𝗂𝗏 Dijkstra. Okay, so can you give me a step-by-step procedure? Actually, just recently, my son wanted this for the design and analysis of algorithms program. Can you give me a step-by-step procedure for Dijkstra's shortest path algorithm and the program as well? So I'm asking the procedure and the program both. So this is the one step-by-step procedure: initialization, the main loop. So here is the step-by-step procedure that was asked by the gentleman. So I have to really refine this prompt. Actually, I didn't say which language I wanted the program, so it's giving me in Java. But I have to give the prompt slightly better, what I exactly want. Because of want of time, I haven't given that. But if you give the prompt correctly, then you can get a better answer. Hi, Mai. That's the answer for his question.
Yeah, we got a new questions from Venkata So, what are the advancements on the roadmap of the top companies like Google, MS on Gen AI?
Okay. See, Gen AI is right now beginning to unravel itself. So now Google wants complete understanding of the video generation part of it. We are still not very good in generating videos, as I have shown you. So the next step for Google and Microsoft is to improve the video generation of AI, and also to identify photographs in the moving video. See, for example, the next level of Gen AI where it's going to go is, if you give a video, and if there is a suspected person who is a mischievous person in that video, the Gen AI should actually stop that video and identify the person at that, and then connect it to the Gen AI set of images, and then bring out all the other videos and the images where the person was suspected to be found. So uh, Gen AI is going towards this, and still there is no only Microsoft has this control over the image generation, and Google doesn't have its own. So although Google has it is still not commercial. I just want to show this. So this is Google's product, which is equivalent to ChatGPT, but it is still as you can see, Venkat, it's still in the experiment stage. So they have to release a full-fledged competitor for ChatGPT. So that's the next level for them. And Google doesn't have its own AI video generation tool as yet. The one that I told in terms of identifying people on the video, matching that with the other videos, Google doesn't have that. And also Microsoft has the DALL-E, but Microsoft also does not have the video generation facilities. So that will be the concentration will be fully on video generation for these companies. That's the next level. And then matching the photographs in the or the persons in the video across the photographs and other videos, and then outputting similar videos is the research that's going on, Venkat. Okay, so that's an excellent question. I am the academy head for an L&D division of a major software service organization in India. How to measure the quality of the training conducted by trainers in my team? Okay, Mike, can you just copy this and put it on the common chat box? Is it possible? Is it possible to copy this text and then put it on the common chat box over here? Thank you so much. So, so let's see if I'm the academy head, which is who are you? So context, major software service organization. How to measure the quality of the conducted in trainers? Can you provide me with some metrics? So do you have any constraints? What kind of metrics do you want? Okay, so if you give the constraints, it will be much better. But I will ask two tools now. One, Mike, I will ask the Google Bard. Okay, I'll ask the Google Bard what it's going to give me the output. It's going to take some time. I will ask ChatGPT as well. Let me ask ChatGPT. So here we go. So Google Bard has given me, this is actually beta version. The Google Bard that I'm using is the beta version. So completion rate, pass rate, engagement, feedback ratings, ROI. It's very difficult to measure the ROI of trainings, but it's not an easy metric to have for a training division. Let me ask the same question to ChatGPT. Let me ask the ChatGPT to another LLM, which is, yeah, here we go. So slightly more detailed metrics, I would say. ChatGPT is slightly better in giving this. So you have engagement metrics, long-term metrics, business outcome metrics, feedback from managers and supervisors, peer feedback. So I think the more rounded and more complete. The metrics given by ChatGPT is more rounded and more complete than the one that I mean that's what the preliminary thing shows me. But you may never know. Google Bard might come up with something better. But right now, actually, you can see that I'm using ChatGPT 4, which is the engine for this. So you can actually see the metrics that are coming out of this. And you should exercise some caution, because sometimes the answers given by ChatGPT or LLM will be too generic. So you have to slightly tune it to your requirements. You cannot directly use them, but it gives you so many ideas. At the level of ideas, it's great. Hope that answered the question, Mai.
Yeah, thank you. And due to the limited session time, I want you one last question for the end.
Sure.
Is HCLTech currently apply ChatGPT to its technology?
Yeah. Mai, you should be able to answer this.
Actually, I have no idea about this.
No,
Yes.
yeah, not yet. We are actually having plans to use AI in the different areas where because there are other areas of the permissions from the clients, the copyright issues, and then the proprietary issues. There's so many other issues need to be looked at. So we are trying to use the different AI technologies, how we can improve the productivity of our organization, but not specifically ChatGPT. So I just want to show you one more thing for the trainers. So this is the secret that I want to show for trainers. For professors, suppose you are going to conduct an exam today by 11 o'clock for the assessment. So professors and trainers also lack time, so they also make mistakes and they don't have enough questions. So what I'm going to ask is, I am a trainer for let's say for a management self-development program in the HR department, or HR department slash sales department. Can you give me 5 MCQs? Okay, at the intermediate level. Intermediate level means not basic, not advanced. Intermediate level, to test the training participants. Okay, please don't use this often. Okay, so ChatGPT can also give you MCQs. Management self-development program MCQs with answers. It is giving MCQs with answers. Don't use this often. Okay, this is not a good practice, and I don't think sometimes it's not ethical also. But you can see this just to get an idea. And when you're really stuck and you don't have time, you have only 5 minutes, I want to conduct a test, maybe you can use this. Isn't it nice? Again, I'll repeat the one that I was telling you. What a great time to live in the 21st century.
Okay, I think we have one last questions from the viewer. Thank you, Mr. Guru. What are the career opportunities for fresh engineering in AI? How to prepare for them?
Yeah, thanks, Venkat, for asking this question. There are many career opportunities. So one thing straight away I will tell them is to learn Python. Okay, you should be at least at the beginners level in Python. Just learn Python, and then learn some basics about data. So what is data? Group data, ungrouped data, which is the basics of statistics. Learn some basics of statistics, learn Python, and write at least some 50 to 100 programs in Python. Okay, that should prepare you for a career in AI. So I'm not going to ask the people to study data science and all that. Just learn Python, write 50 to 100 programs, and slightly be better in statistics, data, grouping data, ungrouping data, calculating simple metrics from statistics, and you should be good to go for a job in AI.
Okay. So it looks like we covered all questions.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Guru, is there anything else you want to cover before we wrap up?
That's about it. I have so many things to say, but this is for another time, another space, and another session.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Thank everyone. We appreciate you still being here. One more time, thank you, Mr. Guru, for your wonderful presentations. And
Thanks,
hope that
Mike.
today's event will bring you useful knowledge. If you have interested in career opportunity at HCLTech, please visit our website and find out available jobs. On behalf of HCLTech Vietnam and our presenters, thank you for joining us today and wishing you the best. Thank you, Mr. Guru.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye everyone.
Bye.